This is a pre-recorded message from Alexander. He will soon be attending. However, he is at the toilet at the moment, doing more important things than talking to you. 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Alexander here. And you just listened to my new assistant. Her name is Joy. She actually has been a part of this little place previously. But that's none of the matter. It's Friday. It's the live weekly evaluation. It is tea time with Alex. However, I'm realizing more and more this is as much tea as I get, like every time. I don't drink it prior to starting because I'm always doing an intense workout, hence I'm late. And I'm not drinking it post because then it's cold. Well, it's already settled. It is aka tea time with Alex, so let's just stick with that. Before getting started, I'm just gonna have to confirm that we get audio. Kind of is a crucial part of this little cozy time we have together every Friday. Every Friday. I can see the green light. I can't see the green light. Ooh, I can hear myself. So that's a cue. Let's get this thing started. Ooh, 2 sips of tea. This is starting out great. Okay, so this little stream, this little video is gonna be about the experience I've had throughout this week. It's been quite enlightening, I must say. It's been a very exciting week from my perspective, from what I've been able to put in and get out from this week as a result of thibbling, you know, playing around with these fears, which kind of is my thing here. But I can see that I'm not streaming, am I? No, I can see myself. Okay, sorry for that. What I've been experiencing has impacted me in a way. It has made me realize how much more I can utilize these fears to my benefit. Let's not drag it out, let's just jump straight into it after adjusting this very bright light. Ooh, I need some more warmth, get a more cozy feeling. So, you see, this week I've had a deadline to work towards. Today I was supposed to be finished with my presentation material. I've been talking a little bit about this lately. It's a conference presentation speech I've been asked to do, or some in my company have been nominated to do these talks in front of people. You could choose yourself which talks you want to go to, and there are 8 people to choose from. I'm one of those, and so far it's about 100 people that has chosen to listen to me in 2 different settings. It's going to be a 45-minute speech, and well, I can honestly say that it's probably the scariest thing I've ever signed up to do. At least from the context where I'm in right now. I haven't done any presentation in 2 years, at least not for more than 5 people, and it's just goddamn scary. That's also why I'm standing and have been doing so the last 3 streams, because I need to get comfortable just moving around, not sitting. But it's a scary ass thing, and that's also the reason I choose to do this. I identified it as a fear. I identified it as a fear within an area I want to develop in, and once it was out there, I realized, goddamn Alex, I have to do this. I have to do this. I want to be one of those guys just sitting there because we're flying down to Croatia. It's going to be an awesome time. I want to be one of those guys just sitting there in the morning, just looking at those fools wasting their nice time with doing this presentation. I want to be one of those guys. But that's the easy roads. That's the comfortable road. I'm not that guy. I listened to a TED Talk yesterday, and he really put it in so nice words. And I'm probably paraphrasing him now. I've always wanted to be one of those guys that could say they had a TED Talk. And I think that's just hilarious. I always want to be that guy too that can say that he has done all these nice presentations. But I'm starting to get the feel of it. I'm starting to look forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. But I need to nail this content down. I haven't done the presentation. It's very scattered. And I promised you last Friday I'm going to practice this thing today right now. But it's not there yet. I've been fooling around, I've been working like crazy, but I haven't nailed the content down yet, because I'm going to be talking about fears, and I'm not all there yet on how I want to put the content out there. Like, this is what I go through every day. This is what I reflect upon, and how my fear model looks, how I work with these things. And what I've been doing this week has been an iteration of getting to know fears even better. And I have so high standards. I want to do a presentation which really put this whole fear thing in a great, easy grasp concept. I want to transfer my experience with an easy way of getting other people like you to go out there and face your fears. But that's not easy, and I'm probably putting too much pressure on myself. I need to have more fun with it. But I was going off on a tangent here. But that's what I've been working on this week, most of the part. And I needed to really focus to do this thing. And I needed to just, okay, Alex, we're going to sit down and we're going to do this shit and we're going to do it good. We're not going to do anything else. This is what needs to get done. And I taught myself, I practiced my fear knowledge, my experience to fears, my ability to play around with how I use fears to do this. This week, I've taught myself the the practice of daring to put out a fear. Oh man, I'm losing it. Daring to challenge myself. You see, it's so scary to put out things that is scary. That's one of the reasons for why we don't even acknowledge that there is a fear around. Because once it's out there, it's like, then we run the risk of disappointing ourselves. We know there's something we should do, but we avoid it because it's uncomfortable. It will result in a lot of shitty feelings, and we don't want to be there, so we just tell ourselves all these stories and make up excuses to not go to that place. But daring to put out that fear is so powerful, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been utilizing as a weapon this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I dared myself to just straight off in the morning, throw the workout aside, just leave that aside. I always do a morning workout, but this time no, because I knew that if I introduce other things, it will get my focus off. Because if I work out, I want to eat some, and when I start eating, just a lot of different decisions and distractions that will get in my swear that will get me on focus. So I dared myself, and this was so scary, I dared myself to do an all-day fasted state, no workout, only focusing on one thing, just BAM! Laser beam focus on this thing. And I mean, that's not easy. That's the first part of just putting up this challenge. I'm not going to be eating in 20 hours. I'm only going to be doing one thing. I'm not going to do any workout. I'm just going to be all in on this. Putting that challenge out there, that was so freaking scary. And actually I only did it for the first day, the challenge. But then, since I actually pulled it off, and since the result actually was so amazing, I did it again. I did it again on Tuesday. And the same thing happened. It was an amazing result. So I did it again. The Wednesday, same amazing result. I was able to just get so much shit done because I dared to challenge myself. Now what I did here, the fasting, that doesn't matter. What's the key here, what's generally applicable to you, to me, in other contexts, is to dare to put up a challenge for yourself. To dare to identify something that would benefit you. And then say that to yourself. Dare to just, okay, I know this is some scary ass shit. I know I'm running the risk of maybe failing. I'm playing on the edge of what I'm capable here. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna freaking do this shit. Because one of the other key things here is that you shouldn't go around putting up challenges for yourself that you're not that you will not be able to handle. That isn't realistic, that you won't be able to do. I know I had the capability of doing these fasted things. I didn't know it would be that great, but I knew I could do it. So always put up challenges that is, at least to some extent, doable. And I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm always, when I go on my mini adventures, I usually put up high goals and challenges, and I'm okay with renegotiating the terms of them. But if you do that too much, too often, if you put up all these challenges that you can't reach, you will lose a bit of self-respect. You will lose that trust yourself, like integrity to some part, because you say things but you don't do them. So use this a bit carefully. Don't spend the challenges in an unresponsible way, because that will backfire. That will make you lose the power that this has, because it is so powerful. Yesterday, I since realizing that, yeah, these fair challenges, this thing is really good, because usually I only do them in the social context. Okay, I'm gonna go say hi to this girl last Sunday or Friday when I asked people to dance with me. That usually I put these social context challenges out there. But this week I put out small challenges every day. The work thing, the whole focusing in on one thing, to use fair challenges there, has been a great payoff. Also in the workout context. Yesterday at the treadmill, I went there to the gym. I was just going to read through material and just walk, have an easy, barely pulse racing workout. But once I stepped up on that treadmill, once I was there, once I took it in, a little thought popped up in my head. And that little seed of fear started growing. And my fear radar, since it's so active, picked up on that thing. And I haven't been doing so much cardio lately, and it's a clear goal of mine. The clearer goals you have, the more alert will your radar be to certain things. And since this was a workout challenge, my fear radar picked up on this thing. Beep, beep, beep. We got a challenge coming, Alex. We got a challenge coming. I could choose right now to just have an easy breezy walky thingy here, or I can do an intense 25-minute jog, run, and just be so freaking great for doing that, because there's no real cost to not doing that. If I did that, I could read through the material later, but if I did a nice run, that would be worth all the time. So I just dared myself. Alex, I'm gonna stand on this treadmill for 25 minutes and I'm gonna have it a minimum of 13 kilometers an hour speed, and then I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna step off this treadmill until I'm there. I'd rather die, as Will Smith said in one of those videos. I'd rather die before getting off this treadmill. And I told myself that. I pushed the go button and then I just went for it, and it was freaking awful. I almost died. I didn't. I almost died. But I did it. I felt so... That just rocket launched my day off into a great path, and I felt so great about it. And it all happened because I dared to put out the fear challenge. I'm going on and on with the same thing here, but there's so much tremendous power in daring yourself to do these things. But it starts with identifying fears. We need the fear radar. That's one of the things I'm trying to hone in on, or focus, what do you say? A little fear model I want to present in the presentation I'm doing next weekend, how I look at these fears. As for now, I talk about 3 fears, 3 steps. Identifying the fear, calling your stories, and taking action. The first step is all about awareness. Having that radar. Being so present that you know what's going on, that you're not just reactive to the emotions that are created by the context, by the thoughts, what's going on, but that you're actually pausing, reflecting, what's happening here? Why am I feeling this way? Wait a second, we got a fear thing going here. What is that? Is that something I should be paying attention to? Is that something that lies within the goals of where I want to go? Yeah, it is. There's fear there. I need to just scale everything away, look at this fear and name it. Naming it is part of this first step. Identifying and naming the fear. Now I'm actually a bit divided whether this first step should be a 2-step, like first identifying and then naming it. But since the 3-step model is much easier to take in, now I'm looking at just saying identifying the fear and then including the naming process in that. But the process of naming it is so critical. It's so powerful because then you take the first step to making it concrete. It's like, okay, now it's out there. I have a presentation thing going on. That's what I'm scared of. That's what's creating these emotions I'm trying to escape. The name of the fear is taking on a presentation challenge. Then we got the next step. Calling your bluff stories. Because now is the time when your brain gets down to the creative, impressing, fascinated state of coming up with all these messed up, fucked up stories for why you shouldn't do it. And this is actually quite an enjoyable state when you start to listen to it and you hear all these crazy things that your subconscious, yourself come up with. It's amazing. If we were able to be this creative in my field as an engineer, being that creative for coming up with excuses, damn, then some magic would happen. True magic. But the thing is here, you need to call these bluffs. You need to look at these things you're saying for why you shouldn't do it, and then make a decision if it actually is some truth to it. I mean, sometimes maybe you shouldn't do a thing. If you're totally wasted, you haven't slept, you haven't eaten, maybe you shouldn't do a presentation. I mean, if I knew that I was dying from some disease and I had 1 week left to live, I mean, very awful example here, but then I perhaps wouldn't go do that presentation. I mean, it's context dependent. Some stories have some relevance to it, but 99% of the stories you tell yourself as an excuse for not doing it, it's just pure bullshit. So call your bluffs and then decide whether you should do it or not. Because then we come to the third and last step. Why did I bow? Maybe because it's the most important step, because that's when it really happens. Taking action. And here we have so many different ways of pulling the trigger. But you need to find your way. I have tons of different ways. I've been playing around with so many things. But I'd say, like, in the end, it's just about deciding and then acting on it as quickly as possible. Mel Robbins has a technique she calls I don't even know what she calls, but she just counts down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Like the whole process of counting down distracts you from having these stories and bad thoughts coming up. And then when you get to 0, you just know something needs to happen. That's one effective way. But I also like to do just energy boosting things. I like to I go beast mode. I can go to the toilet and just go a bit nuts on myself. But I always also have tried to have fun with it. Like, this is fun, Alex. Come on. Ooh, this is fun. You know this is going to be the greatest moment of the day, because all these fear-facing things, they always relates to the top moments of the day. So I just go through these different steps that I have shaped out that works for me, but you need to play around with what works for you. And you need to do this repetitively, because that's the whole thing. That's how you make this durable. You design it as a habit. You have a low bar and you try to do it as frequently as possible. As you know, I do these things every day. And that makes this whole action step so much easier, because my brain just knows I need to take action. I know it's going to be worth it, because I have so many reference points telling me it is going to be worth it. So to some extent, it's about trusting the process, finding your way to take action, and then just do it repetitively. And you'll just do it. You won't question it as much. You'll just do it. Well, this is part of what I'm going to be talking about, and as I do this, this is a topic. I mean, it lives in here. It's like a host within me. It's part of me. Fears is my thing, and I love it, and I know I can talk about this. Fucking love fears. I need to stop cursing. Can't do that though. That was the things I wanted to say in this little live stream. I can see that the time is running away from me. I have a Skype business meeting for my engineering work I need to attend in an hour, so I need to do some preparations for that. But I had fun, and we don't have any questions because I was alone in this stream. Yeah, I actually had Wayne commenting me about this last Friday. He said, Alex, is there really a point of having a live stream when your time for doing it kind of is way off? And well, Wayne has a point to it. To you guys, this is kind of a shitty moment to do a live stream. It's early in the morning in Sweden, it's late at night in the States, and for you other guys, maybe you're just not part of the community, or my live streams isn't attractive enough. Anyways, I know that it's a bad time for choosing these moments, but to some extent it's a practical issue. Friday evenings, it's not a time that is convenient to do the live streams for me, because I go away and do other things. Also, my brother is always here gaming away when the afternoon comes. But to some extent, I also must admit, after thinking through this comment, I kind of fear it. Doing these live streams, it's scary to me. It really is. But it also is a process for me to learn. I'm baby stepping up the process of getting comfortable speaking here. Going through what I'm doing, the reflections. I'm more comfortable when there's less people here. That I have to admit. So I guess some part of doing it is for me to get comfortable doing this in a nice way. But then again, I'm not actually practicing the interaction much, since there isn't so much interaction. But I'm considering, I promised Wayne here to take in this whole scheduling thing, and we'll see if changes will come ahead. As for now, this is what's happening. Next Friday, there's no live streaming going on, because then I'm in Croatia, away from away on this conference. Saturday is the time when this is gonna happen, the big presentation. The Sunday video coming up this Sunday is in some way gonna relate to this. I need to, sorry for just zoning away. I can see my stream is just buffering, so I don't know if I'm even talking to anyone right now. So I'm gonna finish this thing off. But as I said, the Sunday video, I don't know how this will, how it will come out, but I know it will relate to this whole thing. I need to practice the speech, the presentation. So maybe, I don't know if I'm actually doing a live stream for the Sunday video, or if I'm gonna perhaps go out to some public spot and just stand and talk, just get used to the whole thing. I don't know. Haven't worked out the details. Haven't done that. It will happen today. But with those words, I thank you for watching so much. It means a lot to have you here, to be a part of this community, to call yourself a fear facer. Yeah, that's what I'm calling you. Every goddamn person that watches these videos, they do that for some reason. And I'm just gonna assume that you're the kind of person that likes facing your fears. Hence, you're a goddamn fear facer. Alexander Nilsson is my name. Sayonara, arogate, whatever. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.